Aries, thank you for joining me. We're going to take a look at the incoming energies. That's Belle. For April, although we're fast moving through it already. So it's a general read, it won't resonate for everyone, so please take the bits that fit and leave the rest, and cross watchers bear in mind that roles can be reversed. We're going to start with a Work Your Light oracle today. You get no, wait, postpone, pause, just say no. Bit of a warning there, the answer is no. I feel like with that, somebody might ask you to do something, invite you to something, and I feel like you're going to straight away, it's going to be no. That niggling feeling, so just say no. Don't do something that you don't want to do. Think about things before you make a decision. So that could be important for this month. Excuse me, I do have hay fever this morning. The Lovers kicking us off. Ace of Cups. New love for some. Ace of Wands. Wow. And the Hanged Man. Okay. Oh, Ten of Swords is the overall energy for the reading. Okay, so you might be dealing with some kind of difficult ending at the moment. Could be the breakdown of a relationship or a friendship. If this is romantic, I shouldn't worry for too long. You know, perhaps you're in a relationship already and these aces are representing a reconciliation, you know, and you start to this. Whatever's happened, you've been hurt quite badly. You might feel like you've been stabbed in the back. Sometimes this is a blessing in disguise, you know, sometimes there's no coming back from that. But everything happens for a reason. Whatever it was had to come to an end. But I am going to clarify. Overall though, this looks amazing. I'm wondering if from the oracle cards, you know, you need to stop people pleasing. Don't say yes when you want to say no. But let's go in and take a look. Oh, what have we got there? Definitely something new and exciting on the horizon. Potentially more than one thing. Tell me why the Lovers is here. Oh, the Page of Cups, the Five of Wands. Okay. I do think for some of you this is definitely a case of a reconciliation. Page of Cups can represent an apology. Somebody may need to say sorry. I feel that, you know, you might have been experiencing a time of lots of arguments, breakdowns of communication. Some of you, there might be a jealousy issue here. The Five of Wands can represent feeling in competition with people, but I often with that, you know, it's a fiery energy. You know, I'm often drawn to the arguments, the confrontation. Feels like somebody might have just taken things one step too far. Let's look at the Ace of Cups. Five of Cups. Two of, okay, yeah. I think when this apology comes in, or when it came in, if this is, you know, first week or so of the month, I'm not sure that you were ready to accept that straight away. Whatever's happened here, it's cut really, really deep. And I do feel that somebody is, they have a lot of feelings for you, this person. They've messed up terribly, heavy regret. And I think you're probably finding yourself in a place where you feel their loss. And maybe you don't want this to be the end of this relationship. And I say it could be friendship, doesn't have to be love. But I think when they come in with that apology, you're perhaps going to postpone, you're going to make them wait, because maybe you're just not ready to forgive just yet. And I think that's okay. Don't rush into a decision that, you know, you feel forced into making. The ball is in your court as far as I can see. Let's look at the Ace of Wands. We have the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted because I've got a call coming through. Okay, let me just look at the Hanged Man. King of Cups. Eight of Wands. Okay. I think what's going to happen, you are going to make this person wait. They are coming back in with very good intentions. I think it's a sincere apology. I think they do have lots of remorse, but they are determined as well to start this again, and with a completely different attitude, I think. So maybe this person needed to grow up a little bit. Maybe they lacked understanding of what you need from them, but I feel like they're actually getting on the same page as you. I think towards the back end of the month, you're going to see that their perspective is different, their understanding of you is different. As I say, sometimes that can take a really long time in relationships for us to really appreciate what each other needs, what makes us tick. Maybe this person just weren't sensitive enough to that. I do feel that they might have a habit of saying things and not realising the pain that can cause. That's how I feel, almost childlike, that they didn't realise the impact that decision or those words were going to have on you. But I don't doubt the love this person has for you, and they definitely, they are all in with this. You're the only person that they want, and they want to move forward with their future with you in it. I don't think they can see a future without you in it, They want to build something meaningful and lasting with you. That new beginning. Let's look at the Ten of Swords. Let's see if we can find out what's happened here then. Excuse me, I'm sniffling now. Don't help that my kitchen's always cold. Two of Cups. Oh. Four of Swords. And the World card. Yeah, I feel this ties this in quite well. The pain has been caused from, I am definitely sitting with romance, a romantic connection. This is a time you need, I think, to pause, to postpone, to say no, to take care of you. Sometimes we need a bit of recovery time, and it's maybe for you to get your head around what's happened. And sometimes perspective works both ways. When I say about learning about people, it's not just what makes people tick. We can take offence to people, I suppose, when they don't react the way that we would or we would expect them to. And that's because their thought process is very different to ours. So sometimes, as our relationships mature, we accept our differences, and sometimes you might say something to your partner and they disagree or they can't see from your point of view, and once upon a time, that might hurt your feelings or you get offended by it. But once you start to learn that, well, no, they think that way because this is the way that they see things, we can just work together much better, I think, and be a bit more understanding and able to compromise when we do recognise those differences. And in some ways that can be really beneficial, to both parties. And the last card I've got is the World. So it can represent a completion, the end of a cycle, but that means a new one is about to begin. So if you are in a difficult place in your romantic situation at the moment, please don't think that that's it. I'm definitely seeing a reconciliation here and a beautiful connection, really. This is one that's worth fighting for and worth saving. Okay, so I will leave that there for you. I hope you can take something from it, and thank you for joining me.